Welcome to the BioGirl Health Show with Carol Newman. Do you want the energy and vitality you need to fully enjoy your life and all of its possibilities? Carol Newman can help teach you how to nourish your body with healthy organic living, keeping you beautiful inside and out. And now, here's your host.
Hi, this is your host, Kimberly Henry, and I'm here with Carol Newman. And today on BioGirl Health Show, we'll be talking with Carol about how you can increase your chances with hitting your goals in 2013. Now, before Carol joins us, another reminder to our listeners that if you have questions or comments for Carol during the show or any time, you can send your questions on Twitter using our hashtag, BioGirlHealth. Carol, Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year to you, Kimberly. Did you make any New Year's resolutions?
I do not make New Year's resolutions.
The reason I ask is, believe it or not, New Year's does kindle desire to make changes in the new year, so I thought I'd ask.
Well, there are those. I just don't. I guess I don't phrase them in the New Year's resolutions because then I automatically want to break them.
I don't blame you. I don't make any either, at least not anymore. I may have in the past, but I'm done with that. But interestingly, I have a list of the top 10 New Year's resolution, and this study was done by the University of Scranton in the Journal of Clinical Psychology. So I'd like to share those. Number 1 is lose weight. Number 2 is getting organized. Number 3 is spend less and save more. Number 4 is enjoy life to the fullest. Number 5 is staying fit and healthy. Number 6 is learn something exciting. And number 7, I was very surprised that it was this low down in the list. I thought it would be number 1 or number 2. It was quit smoking. So I was surprised it was number 7. Number 8 was help others in their dreams, which I thought was cool. I never thought that would make a resolution, but I really thought it was cool when I heard it, when I read it. Number 9 was fall in love. I really like this one too. And number 10, which I would make number 1 in mine if I was making a New Year's resolution, and it is spend more time with family.
Very good. I can say that I have made every single one of those resolutions except for the quit smoking, and that's because I never started.
That's good for you, really. Typically, though, every New Year's, every New Year's resolution is made or started out with enthusiasm. I'm sure I've been there, done that. That's I don't make them any longer. So, unfortunately.
Well, have you ever been to a gym in January?
No, why? Is it really busy?
Oh, it's packed. Yeah, it's packed. And then by April, it's back to normal again.
Fortunately, I don't have a problem with that. I actually have a gym in my basement, and I don't have to make a New Year's resolution regarding that. I'm pretty disciplined. I exercise mostly every day. I try to take a break on Sundays.
Fantastic. So what do you think? Do people stick with these things when they set them? I don't think they typically do. How can we do better?
I'm glad you asked that, Kimberly, because unfortunately there's a dark side to these resolutions. We are well-intentioned, of course, but all too often we fall away rather quickly. I would like to share those statistics of the failure rate as stated at the University of Scranton, and they were as follows. The percent of people who are successful in achieving the resolution was only 8%. I was really surprised. I thought it would be somewhat higher.
Right.
But that was the end result. So after the first week, 75% were still keeping the resolution. And after a week after the first week, it dropped to 71. And after 6 months, I thought, let's not even go there because it would be discouraging to our listeners. So I thought instead, let's focus on what we can do differently.
Yeah.
What can our listeners do to succeed this year, and what are some workable goals? I thought that would be more encouraging than sharing the failure rates. So here we go. 1, year after year, the same resolutions are made and oftentimes carried out the same way. And I'm sure you heard the old saying that says insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result.
Yes.
Why not stop the insanity and adopt my Aunt Marie's approach, common sense and moderation? That was what I thought would be a good idea. If people listen to the first podcast, then they would be able to know the story about my Aunt Marie. So I hope listeners will get the archive on that and listen to the story of my Aunt Marie, 99 years old and still driving her car. Number 2 was because chances of failure are greater if you take giant leaps, most people like to just say, I'm going to quit smoking, and they go cold turkey.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought the suggestion that I would make to that person is try a different approach. Instead, try my third step, which would be baby step.
Mm-hmm.
And in this approach, I thought I would share an example or a story about my friend. She eats healthy and she exercises, but her downfall was diet beverages containing artificial sweeteners. And so she knows I'm very healthy. I don't drink diet beverages. Matter of fact, I don't drink soft drinks at all.
Mm-hmm.
She loves carbonated beverages, and then she doesn't want to drink all the sugar, so she drinks diet beverages. So I suggested to her to try and find a healthy replacement, because so often we want to just do it cold turkey, and then we fail. So I said, why not find an alternative? And so she took me up on that challenge, and she did find an alternative, and it happened to be a soft drink that's sweetened naturally with stevia.
Mm.
And the nice thing about stevia now, you can find it in your local grocery store. So
I love that. It's amazing.
I do too. That's all I use. And the other suggestion that I made is she doesn't like to drink a lot of water, but she knows she should drink more water. So I suggested that she try, it's a product called True Lemon, in which it comes in individual packets. It also comes in different flavors and varieties. And some of the varieties are available that are sweetened with stevia. So she did that. She went and bought some. And she keeps that in her purse. And she goes out, if she does go out to eat, instead of being tempted to order a diet soft drink, she usually takes out a packet of her True Lemon and she adds that to her water. So just those couple changes that she's made with making a substitute instead of trying to eliminate something completely. So she was trying to be able to balance that where she enjoys the new choice that she makes and she doesn't feel like she's missing out on what she gave up.
Right. I think that's why we fail, right?
Absolutely. And the other part of that story of my friend is she wanted to eat a little bit healthier, and she said she never eats breakfast. And I told her breakfast is actually a very important meal because your body's been resting all night. But, of course, you should eat something healthy. So I suggested that she try maybe a protein smoothie in the morning. So one of my simple recipes is 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk. You can use milk, too, or you can use coconut milk. In addition to that, 2 scoops of protein powder, 1 frozen banana, and 8 ice cubes. And the reason that I freeze the banana is it makes the smoothie a lot more creamier.
Mm-hmm.
Why I freeze my bananas, or any fruit for that. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be bananas. And then you blend that until it's really creamy. And if a person desires it to be sweeter, they can add maybe 5 drops of the liquid stevia, which also can be purchased just from your health food store.
Yeah, I love to make a protein powder shake with just water and a banana and frozen fruit, and I'm good to go. I'm happy. And if you're looking for a protein powder, you might want to check out Warrior Whey Protein Powder. You can find the link in the show notes here, or you can visit their website, www.defenseproteinpowder.com.
Well, thank you for sharing that. I always like to hear other people that are also drinking protein smoothies. I've been doing that for quite a while. I've actually replaced my usual breakfast with a protein smoothie, too. And I do it a lot of different ways, but that would probably be another show, so we'll do that.
That would be a great show.
Definitely.
Protein powder recipes.
Back to my baby steps, I feel that in anything that you want to do, just keep thinking baby steps, like an exercise goal, for example. So the first part that I talked about was about trying to eliminate a habit in our lives. And now this particular baby step is trying to add a healthy habit in our life, which in this case would be exercise. So I would recommend that you start out slowly with something maybe as simple as walking. And I would suggest just walking during your break at work. It fits nicely without making drastic changes because we all know we hate drastic changes. My son says he hates change. He's 21 and he hates change.
He's so young. His life is full of change.
No. That's what's funny about it. So one of the persons that I like to share with making that simple change was my sister. She actually works at the hospital, and she started walking in the basement of the hospital on her break. And it was amazing because she said she couldn't believe how quickly she slimmed down just from walking that little bit every day.
Yeah.
It's another baby step. She just made that small change that wasn't too drastic. And then my mom, she also was another person that I tried to encourage her to start exercising. She's in her 80s, of course, and I said, Mom, why don't you just blow the dust off your treadmill and just start out going for 5 minutes at a comfortable pace. 5 minutes a day, Mom. Come on, you can do it. It's better than nothing. And this sounded achievable to her. And before you know it, she actually increased her time and she increased her speed. And so she had to admit I was right. You know how hard that can be.
Yeah, especially when you're the mom and you've got 80 years under your belt, right?
No doubt about that, Kimberly.
Yeah, fantastic.
And number 4, in the words of my wise friend Michelle Ward, if you want to achieve it, ink it, write it down. And number 5, everything is easier in theory than in execution. Everything is easier in theory than in execution. Right. We can all talk the talk, but can we walk the walk? Right. So it's easier to say I'm going to start exercising or I'm going to go on a diet. It's easier to say than actually implement it. So that is true. Wow, some great info. So can you just quickly go over those 5 steps again? Just name them off for me really quick. Number 1 was it was actually a suggestion to not to do something, so not to take giant leaps. Instead, it was to take baby steps. And then what I was saying along with those baby steps was giving different examples, which was how to eliminate a habit or how to implement a new habit into our life, such as exercising, by mentioning my sister and my mom, and then just mentioning different things that we can do to achieve those goals by writing it down and by reminding ourselves that things are easier in theory than in execution. So just as a reminder, baby steps and common sense and moderation. It really can be easier done than said. So that's what I'd like to leave everybody with. Fantastic. So I think that you have given us some ways to really dig in and make some positive changes in 2013. And I really appreciate that. We're just about out of time for the show. Anything else you'd like to share with us before we head on out, Carol? I would just like to say Happy New Year and keep those goals. Fantastic. Well, just as a reminder to you, if you enjoy the show, please share us with your friends. You can also access the archives of our previous shows on Spreaker Web Radio. And you can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/BioGirlHealth. Carol, thanks for sharing some great information. And thank you, Kimberly. I enjoyed talking with you.
Carol Newman is a longtime advocate for natural and healthy living a life that's close to the land in a small farming community in Richmond, Michigan. Carol is dedicated to helping women realize their full potential. She will help you achieve the best possible health and teach you to embrace your true inner beauty. For more information about how to live a healthier, natural life, visit BioGirlHealth.com. That's www.biogirlhealth.com.